Okay, y'all. So I recently visited Puerto Rico, and it is definitely the island of enchantment. It is a lot going on in Puerto Rico. My senses were high the entire time that I was there, and at one point I was terrified and ready to go home, but I had to conceal that part because I had my kids there with me, and I don't like to think my kids I don't like for them to think that I'm not Superwoman, basically. When you're a parent and if you get afraid, they kind of react off of your emotions, is what I mean. So I'm like, they're going to be scared because they know I don't get scared. But basically, there was an encounter. We stayed on a private island, and it was like off of, I believe you pronounce it Fajaro. And the island had a lot of spiritual activity going on. One thing in particular, the birds, y'all. The birds over there had full blown human personalities. It was almost like it was people they were people instead of really birds. But there was an incident where we got off of a ferry. We had to take like a 5-minute ferry to get to this place. And we get off the ferry and we go through, it's like a gate. You have to have a key fob in order to get through the gate. So we all go upstairs, and my youngest daughter, she wants to go downstairs to just go see the pool and see what it's about. Now it was probably like 10:30 at night, but the pool stays open super super long. So we were just gonna go look. She wasn't going to get in. So we go downstairs and we go to walk over to the pool. Yo, we get to the pool, and it's a beautiful pool. They keep it very, very clean, very maintained, good. And I'm just looking, and my daughter brings up this bird. So I'm not really paying her too much mind when she's saying it. And I have a video of this, y'all. The bird is literally on the other side of the pool from where we walked, and it's staring. It's almost like it's gazing over the water. Like, I ain't never seen birds do nothing like that. Like I said, they act like people. So my daughter's like, Mommy, that bird is like creepy. The bird is doing this. The bird. I'm like, listen, leave that bird alone. I ain't worried about that bird. It's not nothing. But she just was adamant about this bird. So I'm like, okay, we seen the pool. Let's go over to the little. They have like this dock, like it's like a dock restaurant because you literally had to dock your boat in order to get onto the island. So when we go see the restaurant, we walked the opposite way. We accidentally went to the back of the restaurant thinking that was the entrance, but they closed that part off. So you had to leave back outside of the gate with the key fob and walk on the dock in order to get to the restaurant. So we turn around to take the correct way back to go um to go to the restaurant. And y'all, the bird that was gazing over the water, in the pool area, literally followed us. Like, I'm not talking fly. It walked out of the pool area and followed us to where we were going, which freaked me out so badly. But I pretend like still like, oh no, this bird. But I was freaked out, y'all. So to further go on with the weirdness that happened that night, we go outside, and mind you, it's a security guard sits at the fence. It's like they have like a desk and everything to make sure everything's good. You can't even enter the fence, I believe, after 12 a.m. So the security guard watches us go. He said, "Oh, enjoy yourself," or whatever, and we go to the dock restaurant. And when we get in there, immediately they say, the kitchen is closed for the night. So we weren't in there for more than 5 minutes. All I did was get like a cup of ice to take back up to the room. So we walked back across the dock. Mind you, this is probably like a 10-foot dock from where the actual gate is, because it's a gated like situation, and to where the boats are. So it's not long. So we're walking back, and we go to put I go to put the key fob up to the little key fob thingy that unlocks the door, and it turns red. Literally red, y'all. So I'm like, and I tried again. I tried like 3 times, and I'm like, oh, it's not working. So I look to go see if the security guard is still sitting there. Y'all, the security guard is gone. Very, very weird. We've never seen the security guard gone. They are supposed to be, he's supposed to sit there basically all night. So I tried again and I'm like, it's not working. And then all of a sudden I feel like this. It was like the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. It was like if you're somebody who is sensitive to energy, you already know what I'm saying. When you can just feel that something evil, something that is not right is in your presence and you just can't see it, but you can feel it. So I look over to my daughter and she's looking at me and she's like, Mommy, this is weird. Like I didn't even have to, I couldn't even hide it anymore. It's like she was picking up like something was wrong. I started to push there was like a help button on the little thing with the key fob with like a keypad and I start pushing it. It starts dialing. Then all of a sudden it just does the like that busy noise when the phone is busy and basically someone's on the line. So I'm shaking because I can feel a presence, and this presence that I felt, it was like nothing that I've ever felt before. It was very, evil, very evil, y'all. And time my daughter from that stayed upstairs in the room, she was up there with her aunt. She's calling me, and I'm like, she's calling me. What's going on? I'm trying to answer the phone. I couldn't answer the phone. Every time I would answer the phone, I wouldn't hear nothing. And mind you, y'all, we are standing at this gate 10 feet away from the sea. There's a dock, boat dock, and then there's just darkness, pitch black darkness. If you ever rode on a cruise or on a boat in the middle of the ocean at night, darkness across to where you. So immediately I said, let's just pray, y'all, and we start praying, and it was the Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. We just started praying and praying, and yeah, I go and I lift the key fob back up to do it, and it scans and it turns green. Yes, it did. If you are ever in any trouble, I'm gonna stop. If you are ever in any trouble, pray, y'all. Fear is gonna have your mind clear, gonna have you shaking and scared. But you gotta clear that out and just invite God in. I promise you, He's gonna come for you like He came for us. So we get into the door. I'm like, come on, let's go. We like jog back to the elevator. We go up to the room, and we get in there. At that time, my daughter, she's like, my daughter didn't even come out there. She's panicking because we didn't answer the phone. And then the aunt, she was like looking for us. Girl's aunt, she's like, listen, like, your daughter, she started getting like really, really like weird about y'all leaving. And she was like, where y'all at? Where y'all at? So I went to go look outside because our room faced the ocean and it also faced where the pool is. You can see everything basically. She's like, when I looked down there, I seen like this guy down there, but I didn't see y'all. So she seen a guy, y'all. Now, I just said to y'all when we were down there and we walked in there, it was only a bird in there. A bird that my daughter was very disturbed by. She thought this bird was so strange and weird. From our view, we seen a bird, okay, gazing, looking. It was like it was reminiscing about life. Look, but from a bird's eye view, where her aunt was looking down at the pool, she seen a guy. So, Puerto Rico, I give it up to you. You are definitely the island of enchantment. That is not the only story that I have for Puerto Rico either. I probably won't even go back and visit. That's how weirded out that I was by that place. And yeah. Oh, and to add, the presence that we felt when we were standing at the gate was coming from the water. Yeah, so that's what the other story is going to be about. The presence that was in the water felt disgustingly evil, y'all. It was a siren, I believe. Part two coming soon.